The StuG 3G experience. The StuG 3G, or Sturmgeschütz 3G in German, was an assault gun tank made by Germany in early 1936 and was in service with the Wehrmacht from 1940 to the end of the war. This particular StuG 3 is the late war version with increased armor, having 80mm of steel in the front, 30mm on the side, plus having 5mm thick side skirts, and 50mm on the rear. As for the turret, it had none as its main gun was built into a super shrinker, which had 30mm steel plates all around. How I said earlier, the StuG 3 was classified as an assault tank, but by 1942 it was soon recognized it could be turned into a deadly tank destroyer as well, with its first model being the StuG 3F, mounting the powerful 7.5cm StuG 40L/43 gun, this being an attempt to replace the ever-so-lacking StuG 3E and D models. The StuG 3G is the last model of the StuG 3 family, being based around the Panzer III chassis and mounted the powerful 7.5cm StuG 40L/48 cannon, which was an updated version of the older L43 cannon and can fire 5 different types of shells. First being an APC-BC shell with 145mm of pen, secondly a heat shell with 80mm of pen, thirdly a AP-0 shell with 182mm of pen, fourthly a smoke shell with 3mm of pen, and lastly a HE shell with 10mm of pen. The StuG 3G would be the most produced track vehicle the Germans made in World War II. Around 8,423 would be made before the end of the war and would fight in every theater the Wehrmacht was in. It has been noted to be the most feared German tank destroyer as its low silhouette made it hard to see, especially when properly camouflaged, and its cannon can pin any tank upwards to 500 meters. The StuG 3G is also noted to have the highest kill to death ratio with around 3 to 1. In warthunder, the StuG 3G plays as an excellent tank destroyer and ambusher, being placed at BR 4.0 rank 2. It fights early to mid World War II tanks like American M5A1 Stuarts, M4A2s, M10 GMCs, Soviet T-34s, KVs, Su-152s, and lastly some British tanks like Churchill 3s and Sherman 2s. Some pros of the StuG 3 are being so short it can camouflage within its surroundings and ambush its prey. Unlike other tanks of this BR, it gets access to a really powerful APC-BC shell as a stock shell, and lastly being based around the Panzer III chassis as a top speed of 40 km an hour. However, two cons of the StuG 3G are, while being well protected in the front, the sides are extremely weak, being able to be pinned by most cannons, and lastly, having its gun fixed to the front is very vulnerable to flanking attacks. Overall, the StuG 3G is an amazing tank to use in wartime, being at such a low BR, its devastating 7.5cm cannon can pen any tank, plus having a powerful APC-BC shell. As soon as you unlock the tank, you won't need to grind for a better shell. However, the side armor are very weak, being able to be flanked and killed by most cannons, and if both of your tracks are knocked out, you'll be turned into a sitting duck as the gun is mounted to the front only. But with all that being said, I would still give the StuG 3G a 8 out of 10.